Okay, this week we are back with the top 10, and it is top 10 slasher films. Now, real quick before I get into this, I made myself a little bit of a rule on this one. I only picked one movie from each franchise because if I hadn't have done that, I'd have had a whole bunch of Friday 13th movies here. So I did it for variety's sake, and with that in mind, let's get on with the list. Number 10, probably not one you would expect when you think of slashers, but I picked High Tension because I think this one is just probably one of the goriest, and it has a pretty good little twist on it, and it's I think it's underrated, and it is a slasher because you got a guy going through killing people and stalking people, so that one gets the 10 spot. Number 8, and I admit it's slow, but it has pretty good kills. That's The Prowler. Still rocking the unopened Blue Underground Blu-ray. I probably should open that at some point, although it has been out of print for a while. Love the Tom Savini effects in that one. So that's The Prowler for number 9. What in the world's happening here? Hopefully that wasn't like that for the last video. Nonetheless, number 8 now. It's a movie that I used to hate, but now I've grown fond of. It's the Madman movie, Madman Mars. It's pretty by the book slasher. It's probably what you want to, follow, which it followed Friday 13th, but if you want to make like a woodsy type slasher, it's definitely one of the formats you want to follow for Madman. Number 7, it's probably going to be controversial, Halloween 2. And no, Halloween 1 isn't on this list. As I said, I just picked one from each franchise, but Halloween 2, to me, while I know it's probably not technically better than Halloween 1, I enjoy it more, and it's also got more gore to it, so that's number 7 for me. Number 6, love the guy or hate the guy, Gutterballs is a pretty doggone good movie. It's got a lot of cussing in it, a whole lot of cussing in it. It's got a whole lot of nudity in it, and it's got a whole lot of violence in it, so that's Gutterballs for number 6. Number 5, the movie that sparked the new slasher craze in the late 90s and the early 2000s. I picked Scream. Very smart, very clever. Totally took the rules and threw them on their ear. Number 4, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. That movie legit scared me when I was a kid, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that way of thinking. Now watch me lob this one around here. Friday the 13th, but part 4 is the one I'm going with, which was a hard decision because I love 6, and I've grown fond of 3 over the years, but I believe 4 is probably your quintessential Jason, acting like how he should be acting, and just great kills all around. So Friday the 13th Part 4 gets the number 3 spot. And you're probably thinking, well, what does that leave for 2 and 1? Well, my favorite holiday movie, it's Silent Night, Deadly Night for 2. I've watched this every year. I loved it when I was a kid. It's just, I don't know, it's so ridiculous, it's great. So number 2 for me is Silent Night, Deadly Night. And that leaves for number 1, my all-time personal favorite slasher, Intruder, in the true uncut form, which is how you want to see it here from Synapse on Blu-ray. Good story, great location. It's a slasher inside a grocery store. What is it not to love? Got some great characters. Kind of a pretty funny whodunit, although in HD you can kind of clearly see who's doing it, which leads me to a theory that I think there's maybe 2 killers in the movie, but nonetheless that's for another post on another day. And one of the best things about it is those camera angles, man. I mean, I don't understand why Scott Spiegel didn't make more movies. I mean, he made, this, and Dusk Till Dawn 2, which was kind of a flop, and then he made Hostel 3, but right there, that's his Citizen Kane, so to speak, and I wish he'd have made more movies like this, but nonetheless, it's done enough to make it my personal favorite slasher, so that's my list, best you can see of it. So what slashers do you guys like? What am I right about? What am I wrong about? Let me know in the comments. Like and share the video.